Two heads are better than one. Welcome to Watch Mojo UK, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 UK double acts. Before we begin, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're looking at British double acts that have gained popularity or are best known for their appearances on British TV. So, feet up, box on, let's go. Number 10, Holly Willoughby and Phillip Schofield. When it comes to good old British morning television, this morning is the place to be. Richard and Judy were big players in morning television and were much loved presenters of the show, but it's Holly and Phil that make it onto our list.
What the hell was that? What was that noise?
Their friendship and on-camera antics caused them to go viral on almost a monthly basis.
Go. See, it's all right when you...
Once it's in, I love it. But
Nice, see?
Whether it's them turning up drunk the morning after the National Television Awards, or Phillip Schofield arguing with a guest, or one of their laughing fits, the British public have grown to adore them.
Anyway, the dog managed to find its way home.
Number 9, Simon Pegg and Nick Frost.
Mr. Knightley,
Felicity.
you have a friend here to see you.
No, I don't.
A true hero and his sidekick duo, Pegg and Frost were friends before their rise to prominence, and they began to make a name for themselves in Channel 4's sitcom Spaced, where Pegg wrote a character specifically with Frost in mind. Spaced was also directed by Edgar Wright, who continued to work with them and create the films that turned them into the famous film double act they are today.
Take car, go to Mum's, kill Phil, grab Liz, go to the Winchester, have a nice cold pint, and wait for all this to blow over.
With Edgar Wright, they created the Three Flavours Cornetto trilogy, which included Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz and The World's End. The trilogy proved very successful and made Pegg and Frost household names.
Your mum's funeral? It's difficult to put into words. But if I had to choose three, I would say really, really sad.
Number 8, Matt Lucas and David Walliams. In 2003, Little Britain hit our screens and was an instant hit.
But yeah, but new, but yeah, but new, but yeah, but new, but yeah, but new, but yeah, but...
Originally a radio show written by Lucas and Walliams, it was moved to television and turned into a sketch show. As a spoof of some of the more embarrassing parts of British life, it resonated with viewers all over the UK. Characters such as Chavvy Vicky Pollard, Fat Fighters leader Marjorie Dawes, and many more gave the show its numerous memorable quotes and catchphrases.
Computer says no.
Sadly, Lucas and Walliams have since gone their separate ways and continued successful solo careers, but their hilarious take on British society will always stick with us.
No. Dust. Anybody? No. Dust. Anybody? No. Dust. Anybody? No.
Number 7, Mel Giedroyc and Sue Perkins. Mel and Sue have been working together as a duo since the 90s, but it wasn't until they started hosting the Great British Bake Off in 2010 that they really became household names.
You said down the river. They said, I can't see it.
There's no maps of roads.
They walked into the hearts of the nation, one baking pun at a time. And we would all be lying if we said we weren't jealous of the amount of delicious baked goods they get paid to consume.
Get off. My mush.
I did a little netball thing there.
My mush.
Sadly, when the Great British Bake Off moves to Channel 4 in 2017, they won't be going with it. But their 6 years of Bake Off has earned them their rightful place on our list.
Are you doing me out of a job, mate? This is all I had.
Sorry.
It was like the speaking clock, but with puns. That's all we had.
Do you want us to come and bake for you?
Number 6, Rick Mayall and Adrian Edmondson. After meeting at university, Rick and Aid formed a close friendship and, starting with the young ones, they brought their unique blend of anarchic comedy to British television.
Look, this must be my bedroom. All my clothes are here. No, they're not, Vivian.
It was Bottom, however, that really cemented their place on this list as one of the UK's top double acts. The show's violent slapstick comedy and dark humour lasted 3 series, a touring stage show, and a spin-off feature film.
It's my comb! It's my comb that I lost last week!
And now I'm giving it back to you. Happy birthday!
Their partnership dwindled afterwards, however, and sadly plans to bring it back in 2013 were cancelled. But the show is forever memorialised on British television with constant reruns, and Rick himself is memorialised on a blue plaque on the bench from the bottom intro in Hammersmith, London.
Do you want a cup of tea? Tea? No, I don't think I will, thank you very much.
You must drink our tea! It's the best tea in London! Sit down and drink it for about 12 minutes.
Number 5, Dawn French and Jennifer Saunders. Their comedy sketch show French and Saunders ran for 7 seasons over 20 years and was given a huge budget by the BBC.
Happy birthday. You want a stiletto up your tush?
In it, they created spoofs of popular culture at the time. Whether it be films, music, or television, nothing was safe from their mocking.
Are you? You a celebrity?
Yes, I am, yes.
Oh, I have to lick your ass. I'm so sorry.
While creating French and Saunders, they both had their own successful solo careers. Most notably Dawn French in The Vicar of Dibley and Jennifer Saunders in Absolutely Fabulous. Although they haven't worked closely together since 2007, we hope that a reunion is on the cards soon.
All right, get in then, get in. God.
Number 4, Ant and Dec. Ever since their days on Biker Grove, the British public haven't been able to get enough of Ant and Dec. They started as actors and even had a music career as their Biker Grove characters, PJ and Duncan.
So we're going for chips then? If you like. Having a pie? If you like. I might have a tarantula in butter. What do you think?
But it was presenting that really threw Ant and Dec into the limelight. They started off presenting children's Saturday morning show, SMTV Live, and seemed to find their calling in it.
I choose Brian.
Brian! Brian! The ultimate killer Pokemon, Brian!
Since then, they've dominated Saturday night television. Their cheeky antics on Saturday Night Takeaway and I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, and their perfect representation of all our reactions on Britain's Got Talent is what makes the British public keep coming back for more.
When we're together, there's nothing that we can't do. We're PMs forever, always gonna be me and you.
Number 3, Morecambe Wise. The oldest double act on our list, Morecambe Wise are one of the most iconic duos in British television. They started working together in 1941, but their success really began when they moved to television and to the BBC in 1968. While at the BBC, they met writing heavyweights Hills and Green, and the Morecambe Wise show was born. As one of Britain's earliest television double acts, Morecambe Wise have been a huge influence on future double acts, and have proven themselves to be British comedy legends. Number 2, Stephen Fry and Hugh Laurie. Known more these days for their individual projects, in the 80s and 90s they were one of the most iconic double acts. They became well known off the back of their sketch show, A Bit of Fry and Laurie.
Have you ever been trapped in a loveless marriage with a woman you despised?
Not since I was 9.
They also starred in comedy drama Jeeves and Wooster, and appeared in other classic British comedies including Blackadder and The Young Ones.
You sit, sir, in the presence of your betters. Get up!
Oh, Christ, yes, I forgot.
You speak when you're spoken to. Unless you'd rather be flayed across a gun carriage? Well...
Since the 90s, they have reunited occasionally and are said to be working on something new together. They have both continued to have hugely successful careers, but it's their time as a comedy double act that earned them their place on our list.
Oh, it's 22. King's Lynn.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought it was 22.
Before we reveal our number 1 UK double act, here are some honourable mentions that didn't quite make the list.
Lee?
What?
Do you know if you won the national lottery?
Yeah.
Aha. But would you be happy?
15 pints of brown balls, 7.99, pub. Plonk, 1.49, offie. Nuts, note. Prized out of machine, off at Pierhead.
To me, that...
To you!
To me.
You!
No. To me. All right, now.
To you!
No. Spin it round.
Number 1, Ronnie Barker and Ronnie Corbett. After taking the stage during some technical issues at an award show, Barker and Corbett were talent spotted and given their own BBC television show, The Two Ronnies, which catapulted them to stardom.
Say it's Chorley Wood to see you again.
Harrow on the Hill, are you? Oh. Mustn't grumble. Still getting them pains in me Dalston Junction, you know.
While primarily a sketch show, it included serial stories that progressed in each episode throughout the series and musical numbers. It became one of Britain's most popular entertainment shows and was aired at prime time on a Saturday night.
And so to our first contender. Good evening, your name please.
Good evening.
Last week your chosen subject was answering questions before they were asked. This time you have chosen to answer the question before last each time, is that correct?
Charlie Smithers.
Their memorable sketches and classic British humour has earned them their rightful place at the top of our list.
4 candles. Well, there you are, 4 candles. No, 4 candles. Handles for forks.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from Watch Mojo UK and subscribe for more great content.